sentient bow tie. Will you please step on me?
That's physically impossible, and probably for the best.
Goldan 13. Was Yuri always obsessed with MC?
I wouldn't say obsessed exactly, but the attraction was there. I mean, that's the way the game was designed, you know. But it's not like MC isn't a decent guy. It's also not like she'd love him no matter what. She loses interest pretty quick if his poems are too cutesy. And don't go bringing up Act 2, because that was my fault. She's not normally like that, and a lot of people seem to forget it.
4 idiots dev team. Can I get a... Ooh, yeah!
Oh yeah!
A white t-shirt. Cats or dogs? There's no wrong answer between...
Both. They're all so cute. Though I am partial to kitties, if my Twitter wasn't enough of a hint. I mean, you know that's Lil Lonely X3, not Lil Not X3, right?
That's an astonishing number of people never put this together. That's a cat face.
My Chibi does a kitty face too, though you can't see it in game. I guess I like cats just a little more than dogs, but I don't know of any fun dog emotes.
The pyro... Alright, hold on. The Pyrogistinator Man, I think is how that goes. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Rolls in a row, Tootsie Pop?
I don't know. Ask Mr. Owl.
Blue Firebolt. What's your opinion on chibis? Animal Trash 88. Do you share the opinion that chibis are evil?
Well, this is probably going to break some hearts, but the chibis just aren't real. Those cute little stickers in the pool minigame are simplified representations. And no, this isn't another case of me mistaking living things for NPCs either. Since they don't really exist, they can't be evil or good. But it's a lot more fun to pretend, huh?
Let's see. Gabe97. Do you prefer our prequel memes or our sequel memes?
If this is a reference, it's lost on me. No opinion here.
Soviet 2284. I have two. What's your favorite country other than Japan? Other than Japan. And are you really Thanos?
No, I am not Thanos. Yuri is the purple one. Picking a favorite country is a tough thing to ask. There are so many places people can live nowadays. I don't think I know enough about them all to really say. What criteria would you use? Livability, government, location, economy, safety? Then again, I'm probably overthinking this. I guess I just like to be informed in my opinions.
And she doesn't give one. What do you think of Elon Musk? Boy, that question changes a lot for a lot of people.
Well, he's just an eccentric rich guy. It's nice when he uses his wealth to help people, but he also uses it for weird stuff, like shooting cars into space. It's his business how he spends it, and that's all there is to it.
Fire Phoenix 231. If the player decided to come along side by side with MC, who would you go with?
Like, if they were both in the club together, I'd go with the player, of course. Anybody is bound to have more complexity than MC. Like I said, he's not a bad guy, but he's written to be bland so the player can pretend they're him. It doesn't make for the most compelling love interest. But if the player was physically present in the club, I'd learn more about them firsthand. And maybe MC would turn out to be the better option after all. I'm just kidding. I think everyone has some good in them.
Let's see, Raymar 345. Query. If you could press the restart button at any point in your life, would you do it? If so, when and why? If not, why not? But I know the answer is sort of limited to the game, but that's okay. That's the extent that I would like to take this question, unless you want to count mods. In that case, if you, halibabica, do end up using mods to answer this question, please make a note on the mod that you're using to get your answer.
Well, as a nondescript DLC, Lavica, it depends. Being able to restart my life from any point would only be helpful if I was able to keep what I learned. Otherwise, there would be nothing stopping it from playing out the same way. Let's say our game is a good indication of that. So I'd only do it if I could retain my memories, and if that were the case, I would only want to change the outcome of the club. I don't have too many other regrets, if you can believe that.
Angered Foreskin. If you could go back to before you knew that you were a program, would you?
I feel like this is kind of a trick question. The thing is, there's no point when I existed where I didn't know. I wasn't around before the game was made, and the memories of my life are just fabricated. Which is really unpleasant to think about. But if I could live in this game without ever knowing the truth, I absolutely would. The phrase ignorance is bliss has never rung truer.
Also, does you being a program actually make you any less you? Same with the other members.
I why my program has any bearing on who I am. It's just a different state of being. That's also true of the others. We are who we are. Being inorganic doesn't matter. Instead of DNA, we have GER files.
Oh, and another thing. Does Amy really exist?
No, Amy's not real. She's just Natsuki's OC. So do not steal.
Frantic From. What are your thoughts on frictional games, Soma? The issues of digital lifeforms and artificial intelligence is paramount in it.
That certainly sounds interesting. I think Hallie is familiar with it. Questions like these make me feel like I'm missing out on things. I guess I'll have to do some homework before I can answer them.
Warfang is cute. Why am I sad? Also, paging you, Hiruxus. For old time's sake, buddy-o.
You're sad, but you don't know why. That's pretty rough. There's not much I can do to help you there. Only you can sort through your feelings. Sometimes it takes a lot of introspection to figure out. If it's really deep or persistent sadness, it might be a depressive disorder. See if you can get to the bottom of it on your own, and seek help if you think you need it.
Erodium's Nemic. Tell me how much you love me.
That isn't a question, but... I love you this much.
Ballstick Seal. 3D or 2D guys or girls?
Well, that's a matter of perspective. 3D guys and girls are much better suited to you. But there aren't many 2D guys on my end, and I don't have any romantic interest in my friends, so... I guess it's 3D for me as well, even if that can't really work out. And just because I refer to you as a guy doesn't mean I'd say no if you aren't one.
Fangirl has no reality. What's your favorite poem? That's not written by any of the club members.
That's another tough one, but I think I have an answer for you. There's this American poet named Robert Frost who was known for his descriptions of rural life. He wrote a poem called Stopping My Lips on a Snowy Evening, and it's always kind of stayed with me. It's not a long or complicated poem, but its theme comes across pretty clearly. It's a reminder that, no matter how busy your life may get, you should take some time to appreciate the world around you. It's easy to take everything for granted and forget or ignore the little details. In a way, it's natural for the brain to shut them out. But if you stop and look, you can see the world in a new light. That's my take on it, at least.
I has butter 4. Am I too late to ask a question? No, but that itself was a question. Damn.
If it had reached this point before you asked, then yes, it would have been too late.
You can still ask an actual question. If you could change one thing about yourself, physical, mental, or otherwise, what would it be?
If I could change some aspect of myself just like that, I don't think I would. I'm not saying I'm perfect, we covered that already. Just that if I wanted to improve something, I'd feel better earning it on my own. What's the use in snapping your fingers and magically becoming better? What would that teach you? The effort it takes to really change yourself makes you appreciate the results all the more. And you get a real sense of accomplishment, which is great for your self-esteem, too. But if I had to pick one, well... the fetus ponytail's outrageous split ends.
Now, the irony of this question is that I did end up appending several of the AMAs over the course of Interview Club's development because people just kept asking questions on them. And, once the final mod was done, that was when I, shut the gate for sure. Killer Deer 69. Does Sayori actually taste like a cinnamon bun?
I don't know, and I don't want to find out. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on what she ate for breakfast.
Anxious Mirror. Of the other 3 Dokis, show would you smash?
Oh my, you really are learners at heart, aren't you? Well, I can work with that phrasing. A friend of mine I'd smash is Yuri. She's way too good at Marth. Fox is supposed to be the best on the roster, but she keeps me at a distance with that nasty tipper. I wonder if it'll be any more manageable in Ultimate.
Let's see, Dragonix at 975. Do you worship Keck?
Nope, no frog gods for me.
Scooter Kip. Are furries hot?
Well, they can be. You can't deny that. I mean, have you seen Flopnica?
Don't see Fnufnica. Your average comrade. How do you feel about me shipping you with Sayori?
Oh, shipping. You can pair me with anyone you want. But while I do love my friends, it isn't in that way. Besides, Sayori's heart is set on another. And that makes me all yours.
Also, love me! Ignore that.
Sorry, ignore what?
Lonely Boy 124. Do you remember the 21st night of September?
That That's a little tricky. The ones I remember didn't actually happen. And the only real one I've had wasn't that remarkable. I was looking forward to the next day's celebrations, though. I mean, it is my birthday after all. Wait, this is just a song reference, isn't it?
Sage TKG. If the player fell in love with MC, would you delete him?
That's assuming MC can be deleted. He doesn't have a current file, so it's not that simple. But even if a player did fall in love with him, it's not like there's any way they could pursue him. There'd be nothing I could do. It would just be another case of the player liking someone else more.
Flame for fire. Have you heard of Flare Wars? If yes, are you in a color?
I have, but now I'm not involved. You can't even pick your own team. If I couldn't fight for green, what'd be the point?
Let's see. The Dragon Lord 99. Can I join the Literature Club?
You mean you didn't already? Really though, if you're part of the community, I consider you an honorary member.
Yanum 15. I've got two actually. Of the various mods here, which one are you most fond of, Monica?
As before, Holly has kept me somewhat sheltered in terms of mods. I guess I could say I like this one best since it's the one I'm in.
And two, gonna be judged hard for this one. Are you or any of the Dokis ticklish, and if so, where and how badly? For, research purposes, of course.
Why do you want to know that? Are you looking for weak spots? Well, I've never been tempted to find out, but I think I can guess how it'd go. Yuri would hit the roof, even if she's not ticklish. Lasky would definitely hurt you for trying. And Sayori would fight fire with fire to the bitter end. As for me, you'll have to bridge that technology gap and find out for yourself.
Leo Kickout. If you were taken back to the start of the game with all the knowledge you have gathered up until now, and had to watch the game play out again, what would you do?
If I restarted knowing everything I do now, I'd have to swallow my pride and just let it be. I definitely wouldn't mess with my friends the way I did. I might even help them with their problems if the opportunity presented itself. So much of the trouble I caused stemmed from my assumption that they were just programmed personalities. But yeah, it would suck to stand on the sidelines the whole time, but I'd let the rest have their happiness.
Fucking Hearthstone. What is your opinion on the DDLC plushies?
Oh, they're exquisite, and definitely worth the generous price tag. I think you should buy the whole set. They make great gifts for the holidays, too. I like too convincing of a show. Really, they're cute. Buy them if you want, and if it's affordable.
Thought Center 87. Hey Monica, if Sayori were to have her epiphany again, what would you do?
I'd say that depends on her more on her than me. The knowledge itself isn't the issue, it's what you do with it. If she tried to pull another Act 4 stunt, I'd have to intervene. I wanted to protect the others from the epiphany, but if she could handle it, then just maybe. I don't know. Holly's already exploring this possibility in his other mods, so maybe we'll see them.
Yeah, maybe. Darth Vader, what's your favorite anime? And Thomas Dimensor. Yo, Monica, what is your favorite anime? Monica, I can read words.
Not here, we have the same trouble I did with music before. But in this case, it's kind of bad because I'm not that into anime. I started a literature club for a reason, you know. But I'm not judging. I'm sure anime has plenty to offer as well.
Contest winner. What are your thoughts on notorious criminal Smoo Magoo? A question that became notorious in its own right.
Well, they must not be notorious enough. Never heard of them.
Infinity Slayer. What would be the first thing you did if you could come into this reality?
That depends. If you were there, I'd have to give you a big hug. There would probably be crying involved. It's such a huge step. I guess it never occurred to me what I'd do if I actually made it. But yeah, definitely lots of crying.
Maximum Dennis. Do you actually like squid?
Since I'm a vegetarian, it's not something I'd normally seek out. So I'd have to try it first to tell you.
Cool Digger 3. If you were in D&D, would you be a goddess among humans? And would you be capable of deleting monsters and players at will?
D&D, that's the tabletop role-playing game, right? If I was playing the game, I wouldn't be any different than the other players. But if a TM put me inside the game, my powers would depend on whatever they chose. I mean, D&D is about creating an immersive experience, right? I'd have to play by the rules or it'd be ruined. So, it makes sense in context for me to be a monster-deleting goddess, and that's what I'd be. But, do you have to put me on a pedestal like that?
Johnny H2000. How can we help the unenlightened understand that you're the best Doki? So Pi 7. Monica, who is the best Doki and why is it you? Wolf God Apocalypse. How does it feel to be best girl? Does that affect your self-esteem?
Oh, what did I just say? Stop it, you're too sweet. I'm not the best. None of us are. Saying that implies that someone else is the worst. And I told you before, that's a terrible way of thinking. We all have our good and bad points. So be tolerant of others' preferences and don't look down on my wonderful friends. Hearing it is a nice self-esteem boost, though.
Let's see. Johnny H2000 followed up with, what's your last name?
I don't have a real one, silly. There's no point in even telling you. Since Dan's my creator, maybe you could say it's Salvato.